What's up, players? To anybody who's said anything about these videos or laughed at these videos, or had a good time, thank you for liking, and we got a comment the other day. Dawn, thank you, I really appreciate that. That kind of stuff means a lot. One more thing, we were covering 2 episodes of Alias, and this 1 episode of Woot. Welcome back to my wonderful journey where we'll be deciding once and for all is Alias really the best show of all time, what shall we say we'll be doing this month? We react and sharing analyzing and taking workers' notes. On top of that, we'll be analyzing the deep themes of each episode. Themes like, are mommy issues even hot? Is Vaughn getting in hot water? As hot as Vaughn getting in hot water? Is the on-the-nose casting for the villain of these 2 episodes for them to show you how easy it is to cast a bad guy? Because I didn't look it up, but I promise you if you just type in Creep on Google Images, the actor's face will pop right up. His regular Tyson Ritter. Sydney's super mad because frick, her mom's a bad guy, and then she kind of goes, I think I want to quit being a spy, and then Vaughn says, don't quit. Because of you, SD sex can munch a bud. Because of you. And she goes, I'm going to quit anyway. Then all these other bad guys, they start to do this thing where they're like sneaking in, like all secret spy style, breaking into SD6, and they're like, we're going to go steal something, but we don't really know what's going on. One of those guys goes, hey, hottie or something like that, and they catcall my hero, Cindy Bristow, and she's not going to be having that. Can't wait till that guy's butt gets clean kicked. I was going to do a kick motion, but my leg is so sore from the gym because I'm a yoked boy now. Cindy is on her way to go quit when Daddy Warbucks meets her in the elevator and says, you can't quit, but then the bad guys cut all the power to everything and they wound up all of the SD6 people and put them in one room except for Weasel, who they're going to go take and interrogate. Man, oh man, we can't wait till the interrogation scene because it's straight fire. Daddy Warbucks and Cindy have a really close call, but they manage to get to some room in the building where they can chop into wires and put the wire of their thing on the wire of the thing, and it makes the thing appear on the TV because that's 100% how wires and electricity work. They nailed it. Side note, Rocket decides to quit the story again. Creepo Supreme takes Weasel and he's like, hey, we're gonna interrogate you, and he's like, I'm not gonna tell you anything. He's like, we're gonna use the box, and then he proceeds to say something about the box roughly 482 times because of good writing. That was sarcasm. What's not sarcasm is he says one is needles in the box that are laced with poison, pain poison, laced with pain poison, and he goes, one of these feels like a bag of jalapenos was blended up and poured in, and they gave you an enema with it. That's how bad it burns. And I heard that line and went, well, I'll never be as funny as whoever wrote that line, so frick me, I guess, and the whole series I do. Where Marshall gets cold cocked because of something dumb. Oh no, he's trying to distract them because he notices that Sydney's trying to steal a thing because Daddy Warbucks says you gotta go steal this thing. I don't know. There's some stuff I'm just not sure about, and I watched the episode and took very thorough notes, as I talked about in the opener. Sydney is on her way to go defuse 3 bombs that are connected to the vault that the bad guys who broke, well, the other bad guys, the bad guys who are working for the man, but we'll learn a little bit about that next episode, along with my favorite homeboy, who I can't say the name of, but you guys who are big fans, I'm sure you guys are already feeling it. So the new bad guys are trying to break into the SD6 vault, who are also the bad guys, and they're gonna steal something, but for some reason there are bombs that are connected to blow everything up if they open the vault. I don't remember exactly why or however it works. So Cindy goes to do that, and she defuses one of the bombs, but in the process of defusing the bomb, you guys freaking super guessed it, her spin kick of justice, probably? Cold cocks a guy, making our running total of buzz kicked by Cindy Bristow go up to 35 powerful kicks. She crushes it. Vaughn is getting dunked in metaphorical hot water, unfortunately. We're hitting on Sydney too much or something like that because of some guy whose name Valadick. Dixon sends this secret SOS message because he thinks he's working for the actual CIA, so he sends a message to the real CIA, which Vaughn is not there to intercept. However, Parkman is. And then Parkman tells him about it, and Vaughn's like, I'm gonna do it. And then Valadick hears something about it, and he says, you're not going to. And he goes, I'm gonna do it anyway, and you can put that in your juice box and suck on it for a while, Valadick. Vaughn tries to come in and help Sydney, but then he almost gets his butt kicked. But then he doesn't because he's too good. He kills the guy that catcalled Sydney because catcalling his girl? He doesn't think so. Then Sydney disarms him and almost shoots him, but then she goes, ah, frick. It's you, boo. Vaughn calls and says, hey, I need help. And Valedict answers and says, huff my shorts, idiots. And Vaughn goes, please help. And then a little bit later, after he says he's not going to help, Parkman hears about it. He says, we are going to help. And that's my boy. And you can't tell me not to go help because mine's significantly bigger than yours is. Mr. Little Teeny Tiny Itty Bitty Beepus. Creepo Supreme almost gets the drop on Sydney and Vaughn, but then she does a quick, not she is in Creepo Supreme's main squeeze. She is in Sydney. Sydney. That's code for blunt force dome trauma. And then she says she's part of MI6 and not to kill her. And they say, we don't believe you. And she says, well, I'll only tell them this one thing or something. And the thing is, it turns out she is part of MI6, but it's not relevant at all. So it's just kind of a piece of trivia that they gave you. So pretty much what happens is Sydney and Vaughn, in the nick of time, manage to get the bombs diffused, and then Creepo Supreme's main squeeze gets rescued, and then Creepo Supreme gets mad about it, and he kills her to prove just how crazy he is. What a Zane Lord. And then he runs away because everybody's gonna get him, and then he grabs Sydney, and he starts being a major creep to Sydney because we need to know precisely how much of a creep he is. He is just as well written as the TikTok character from Prison Break. A1. Then Jack cuts off Daddy Warbucks cuts off Weasel's finger because of some failsafe or something, and then Sydney gets into a fight with Creepo Supreme, and they both doing some punches and kicks, and then Creepo Supreme gets a ring from Rambaldi and takes off. Vaughn and the rest of the boys, real CIA boys, grab him and throw him in a van, and they go, one of the few times somebody gets grabbed and thrown in a van, and it's a good thing. Remember that, children. And then Sydney pretty much gets props from Weasel for saving the day, and the good guys get a ring from Rambaldi, and they go, but who could have orchestrated this? We'll have to come back next time, homie.